Mazel, morons. Welcome back to the Good Guys podcast.
Josh, do you have a contingency plan for when and if you get canceled?
I 100% have a contingency plan for when and if I get canceled, and honestly, I'm looking forward to it. Go to the intro.
Two Jews, both big and tall, no subject too small for the good guys. A Mother's Dream premium podcast team, make it your weekly routine, it's a Good Guys. And if you don't give us 5 stars, what are you nuts? What are you nuts? Yeah, we're the good guys, we're not the great guys, we're just the good guys. Whoa.
What is it? I want to know.
My contingency plan is this. Thank God, by the grace of God, I have enough scratch in the bank to where I could kick off a low 6-figure number just from investments. It's called clipping coupons, my boy.
BH.
We moved to a wonderful second-tier city. I'm talking Boise. I'm talking Little Rock.
These are not second tier, Little Rock. Little Rock is 6th tier. I love Little Rock, but I'm a big Arkansas guy. Love it.
I'm talking Buellton. I'll move near the Walmart headquarters. And I would just get a kick-ass house for $850,000 paid off and raise these kids, live that good life. Like I'd find some like gig work. I'm trying to think. My buddy does Instacart, and honestly, it sounds fabulous. I love an errand.
So does that life that you just described, I'm thinking about it, does that not sound like the ideal life?
Heaven. Kind of does.
So, and why are we treating heaven as a contingency plan? Like, okay, we're done. You can stop working. You can live off of the land, meaning your investments. You can go and get a house, never see anybody again.
But let me flip this on you, right? Because you and your beautiful wife, Claudia, could really do it, right?
Yes.
Only because you both podcast. The primary source of income for Claude is podcasts. And I hope I'm not speaking out of school, but it's a monster. You know, it crushes. Yeah. And maybe if you sort of delegated the Spritz stuff, the in-person Spritz stuff to someone, and you just handled it on the phone and did the pod, you guys could do it too, like tomorrow.
The thing is, we need to find something in the middle. I love working. It's a passion of mine. Like, Spritz Society is so fun. It's like learning a new skill, like learning a new industry, building something new. Podcasting for me is relatively new. I think that's why I love it. I'm just continuously learning and doing. So I couldn't just be on a farm and never leave. I couldn't. I love this, like, whether that's a good thing or not a good thing, I love this, like, faster life. I don't know if I'm built for such a slow life. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean,
maybe it's just because I've never done it. Maybe I would love it if I got into it. But at least for right now, like thinking about just that. But you know what? I'd have a garden. I'd have my horses. I'd definitely have a pet goat.
You can go into town, dog.
Nah. Who wants to go into town?
You don't have to stay on the farm. It's not the 1900s. Like you can
go
to a cheesecake factory
I can hang out with the
up.
peeps. Okay.
Yeah, dog. Right. You can go to a Sam Goody, buy a CD. You could like hit up a UPS store and be like, "What's up, Kareem?" And he's like, "Nothing much. I hate my job." Be like,
"Yeah,
I don't."
And why'd you need to tell me that, Josh? Why does he need to tell me that he hates his job? Yesterday, I forget where I was. I'm like, hey, I was at Barnes & Noble checking out. We got some wonderful toys for Ruby. And just like a quick comment, I was like, what's going on? How are you? He's like, another day. I'm like, can you stop it? Okay? Like, be happy. Or don't tell me that you're unhappy. I'm not going to tell you that I'm unhappy, right? You need to push that on a stranger, Josh.
Working for minimum wage is rough.
Great.
It's rough, Ben. You've got the life.
Okay, like, do something about it. I don't know. I don't think it gets better by saying, like, another day, another dollar. I don't think that makes life better, Josh. I know plenty of very happy people that work at Starbucks, like the lovely woman, Starbucks, at Barnes & Noble that helped me with picking Ruby's toys. This was a toy savant. She knew everything. She was amazing. Just saying.
You can choose your joy for sure, but it's rough, brother. And you've never had a job like that, right? A minimum wage job?
Like I have, but not it doesn't count. Like working in a summer camp for minimum wage doesn't count. It's not the same thing. But like I have or working for I worked for $8 an hour for a dentist. It's again not the same thing though. Not working like I didn't work at Starbucks. I didn't work at Barnes and Noble. I didn't work conversing with people like that for minimum wage.
It's
especially for years. For sure. I'm sure it is.
You can you can definitely make it great. I told you this story on the pod before. My wife used to work for this jewelry and apparel brand. And the apparel brand, it was like a sweater that would put like different sayings on them. It was called Shop Private Party. And so they did this big party. And the thing was people were coming in and they would be able to customize the sweatshirt they were going to get. And then when they left, we would like press it there. And then when they left, they'd get this sweatshirt. And so, of course, we got backed up because it was horribly set up. Like, we just didn't realize how quickly and how many people. And so I jump in to help because that's me, right? But I'm also like, whether I like it or not, and whether I think I'm the most down to earth that one could be, a part of me is like, I'm Josh Peck. Not about not doing it. I want to help. I was reminded that I walk around with a certain level of like privilege of people's reaction to me because it was kind of dark and my hat was on and I'm there helping. And when I tell you the amount of fucking mean girls who were like, where's my sweatshirt? I'm like, bitch, this is free. Like, I'm like, we're backed up. But they were like, I want to leave and I want my free thing. And I was like, people deal with this sometimes 8 hours a day and it's crushing.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yucky. Well, if you don't like your job, I hope you try and find a different job. I know you can't always do it, but I can hope. Josh, you know what I also hope? I hope that people love our guest. We have the great Ben Greenfield popping in, health expert, triathlete, monoathlete. No, that would be the opposite. Whatever, quintathlete. He's done so many of the leets. He is a biohacker extraordinaire. And yeah, Josh, he's it. I can't wait to talk to him.
He's a mensch. He's a fellow tribesman, kind of. Not really. But he's been in my life for, I interviewed him on my first podcast, on the Curious podcast. And then we stayed in each other's life. He gave me the great Craig Conover doctor that I gave you.
Wow. My God. So I owe it all to Ben Greenfield.
You owe it all I gave you Craig Conover MD. You gave me Craig Conover Sexy. Right?
Sexy. That's
you gave me the Southern Charm reality star.
I did. Let me tell you, those shades look so fantastic. I know that you're working on your lower half, whatever you're doing, trampoline, or you're working on your lower half. Me and Josh, formerly 300-pounders, we got legs. I bet you my legs are bigger than yours. I don't do what you're doing. I'm born with these tree trunks. You want to see my legs? Look at this leg. This is called... This is called...
Oh, no. You didn't really ask permission.
Carrying around 300 pounds. What can I show you? Does this work?
It's not often you get such a good waist down during a Zoom. Wow.
Are you
serious? Wow. Look at that.
Look at this.
Not just you, okay?
Look at that. That's a good deep stretch.
All right. Well.
What about that?
Josh
is naked.
I'm sorry, Olivia.
Josh.
I can't even see tendons. I see tendons on Josh.
All joking aside, Ben Greenfield would smoke us so hard in every physical. Let's start with this. Here's what I find fascinating. Tell me if I'm wrong, Ben. You are like less than 10% body fat. You're in incredible, brilliant shape, but you do like the shortest workouts ever, right?
I mean, it kind of depends on your definition of short, but yeah, I don't like live in the gym as much as I'd like to.
But you do, like you said, like what's a normal workout? 35 minutes? 30?
Yeah. So for example, like I'm a huge fan of single set to failure training, where you do just one set, but you completely exhaust the muscle, and you can make a pretty good case for building strength and hypertrophy or muscle with that method. And I mean, the flip side with any of these things is there's no shortcut, right? Because it's harder. I mean, you kind of hurt more during high intensity interval training than you do during an hour long run, but you can get a lot more fitness in the bank in a lot shorter period of time. So like perfect day for me. I'm walking a lot, like on my treadmill right now. And then 3 days a week, I lift weights and I do a lot of that single set to failure training. And then 3 days a week, I'll do like a 20-minute like HIIT cardio session. And then I do sauna and cold pretty much every day.
Love that. That's my specialty, the sauna and cold. I skip everything else that you just said. I just do the sauna and cold. But Ben, people say, and by people I mean TikTok, that you can learn, what is it? You can learn an instrument by practicing it 15 minutes a day. Do you think that if you just worked out 15 minutes a day, every day for the year, you would see a dramatic amount of improvement?
There's a study that came out last week that showed that the biggest reduced risk of all-cause mortality, that's like the risk of dying from anything, when they compared low intensity for a long time and moderate intensity for like 30 to 40 minutes and vigorous intensity for 10 minutes, that vigorous intensity exercise for 10 minutes a day actually won out. So kind of the short answer is yes, but then it's not like an excuse to sit on your ass all day. Like if you have an active lifestyle and you're taking the stairs and whatever, parking farther away in the parking lot and maybe using a walking treadmill, or I don't know, you have a job like Josh does as a gardener or a construction worker. Sure. Yeah, of course.
Manual labor guy.
Then you could get away with like a really short amount of high intensity exercise per day. But if you have a sedentary lifestyle, you probably have to do more than like 15 minutes a day.
This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by our friends at Home Chef, folks. The time is now. Okay, every night you're thinking to yourself, what am I going to make? Maybe what if Ben Soffer celebrities' dishes am I going to make? Okay, sure, you do that for a little while. Then all of a sudden you're thinking to yourself, holy crap, I'm exhausted. You're going to go to order in, aren't you? And then you're going to get the food and you're going to feel sick and you're going to wish that you ordered Home Chef, because let me tell you, Home Chef makes cooking simple. Fresh food delivered, easy recipes to follow, and meals that actually taste great. You don't need to order in on those nights that maybe you didn't want to go to the grocery store. You don't need to opt for bad food. You can get fresh food conveniently delivered with Home Chef. And people really love it, including me. Home Chef is rated #1 by users of other meal kits for quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipes. They've worked with chefs like Gordon Ramsay, and now they're partnering with Giada De Laurentiis. My goodness, bringing restaurant-quality recipes straight to your kitchen. You'll find these chef-inspired recipes across Home Chef's culinary collection, classic meal kits, and express options, each designed to help you feel confident in your kitchen. Whatever kind of day you're having, Home Chef has you covered. From classic recipes with fresh ingredients and 30-minute meals to oven-ready trays and quick microwavable lunches. There's even a dedicated family menu for easy 4 or 6 serving dinners. My God, how convenient is that? And it's not one size fits all. Home Chef has over 30 meal options each week with choices for different diets and tastes. Plus, affordable. Hello, in this climate, we need it. Home Chef customers are saving an average of $86 per month on groceries. Thank God now we can use it on gas. For a limited time, Home Chef is offering my listeners 50% off and free shipping for your first box, plus free dessert for life. What a deal! If you go to homechef.com/goodguys. That's homechef.com/goodguys for 50% off your first box and free dessert for life. Homechef.com/goodguys. Must be an active subscriber to receive free dessert, obviously. This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by our friends at Built. Folks, I don't like paying rent, and I bet you don't either. Who wants to pay their rent? What are you, nuts? But let me tell you, Built makes it feel just a little bit better, because Built is the loyalty rewards program for renters that rewards your monthly spending with points and exclusive benefits in your neighborhood, okay? Doesn't that make it a little bit easier? Let me explain. With Built, every rent payment earns you points that can be used towards flights, hotels, Lyft rides, Amazon.com purchases, and so much more. And here's something I'm really excited about. Now Built members can earn points on mortgage payments for the first time. Are you kidding me? That means you can get rewarded wherever you live and unlock exclusive benefits from more than 45,000 restaurants, fitness studios, pharmacies, and other neighborhood partners. Personally, I'd redeem my points for hotel stays, flights. Come on, what's better than a free trip? Are you kidding me? Nothing better than a free trip. You're telling me all that I have to do is pay my rent and I get free trips? That's right, that's literally what Built is. It's simple. Paying rent is better with Built. And now owning a home can be better with Built too. Earn rewards and get something back wherever you live. Join the loyalty program for renters at joinbuilt.com/goodguys. That's JOINBILT.com/goodguys. JOINBILT.com/goodguys. Make sure to use our URL so they know we sent you. This episode of the Good Guys Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Quo. Folks, I'm always looking for ways to stop leaving money on the table. And a big one, missed calls. What are you, nuts? Because a missed call is money out the door. Quo helps you and your team share one business phone number, reply faster, and stay on top of every customer communication so you never miss an opportunity to connect. That's why today's episode is brought to you by Quo, spelled Q-U-O, the smarter way to run your business communications. Quo is the #1 rated business phone system on G2 with over 3,000 reviews built for how modern teams work. That's why more than 90,000 businesses, from solo operators to growing teams, rely on Quo to stay connected, professional, and consistently reachable. That's what's most important. Quo works wherever you are, right from an app on your phone or computer, and lets you keep your existing number. Add new numbers or teammates in minutes, sync your CRM, and rely on seamless routing and call flows as your business scales. Your entire team can handle calls and texts from one shared number. No missed messages or disconnected conversations. Everyone sees the full thread, making replies faster, and customers feel genuinely cared for, which is #1, folks. Quo isn't just a phone system, it's a smart system. This is what we've been dreaming of. Make this the season where no opportunity and no customer slips away. Try Quo for free, plus 20% off your first 6 months when you go to quo.com/goodguys. That's QUO.com/goodguys. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers.
So for like the true Adonises, not just like Ben S. and myself, but for like the Hollywood famous ones, who are the, and we have the wonderful Olivia here, our producer, who are like the top 3 archetypes? Is it Zac Efron? Are we talking Chris Hemsworth? What are we talking here? The guy from Jack Reacher, Alan Ritchson. Like, what's their secret sauce? A little bit of TRT? Oh. What are we thinking?
Oh, well, I mean, there's a few things going on when you're talking about like an actor or actress. If they're prepping for a role, they're typically being allotted a significant amount of time to prepare for that role if there's a physical change that's necessary for it. So a lot of times you've got like an extra, I mean, gosh, I've worked with some people who literally have like 3 hours in the morning to be able to devote to just body composition changes. So time is a big factor. And yeah, like joking aside, TRT, andro, peptides like tesamorelin and ipamorelin, like metabolic fat burning agents, like a lot of that stuff gets stacked. Ooh. And I like the one that I worry about most, would basically be like a steroid, like nandrolone or something like that, just because those are the ones that get you that really thick, like in the case of a guy superhero look, really fast. And those are also the ones that can produce a lot of cardiovascular strain and make your blood thick and be super stressful on your kidneys. So you get a really nice body and then like high blood pressure and kidney failure, and risk of long-term organ damage. So there's a little bit of a trade-off.
YOLO. But are women doing that? Like, what about like, there's plenty of female superheroes. Like, can they have the same approach, taking steroids?
Yeah, I mean, they're always, men have more what are called androgen receptors. So men are always going to be a little bit more receptive, in this case, to steroids, testosterone, anything like that. But women, I mean, they can still pack on muscle with the right approach. I mean, a lot of women fear the gym. So like, I'm going to get bulky. You, it's hard for a woman to get bulky, even if you're doing like creatine and protein lifting heavy weights. But then if you do throw in, let's say, like testosterone and some androgenic aid, steroid, you guys have probably seen like bodybuilding shows where women look like they could just like shove your head into a trash can and they have a nice low, like a tenor or bass voice.
That's my type.
Like you can do it. You can do it. Yep.
Oh man, the women's bobsled team. Sorry.
Ben, did you watch this season of Traitors?
Trader Joe's.
So Traitors is a popular TV show that Josh hates, but there is a woman on it. Her name is Natalie. Okay, Natalie was formerly on Survivor, and this is the strongest woman I've ever seen. So if you don't know what she looks like, it's hard to answer the question, but I want to know what the fuck she's on.
Does she look like a CrossFitter, Ben?
Yeah,
the dead giveaway with steroids is it's kind of funny. Like, I interviewed this guy on my podcast, and if I give enough specifics, you could probably figure out who it was. And he had like this elastic band that he was selling, and he was selling a 10-minute workout a day if you do just this one full body workout with the elastic bands. And he's like, and that's all you need, bro. But he had like cannonball shoulders, a really thick jaw, super furrowed eyebrows.
Liver King?
He was bald. And no. Good guess.
Is that guy still alive?
And basically,
is Liver King dead? Can we pause? Is Liver King dead? Did he die?
Not yet.
I don't think he's alive anymore. Or he's swimming in IRS debt. I don't know what's going on over there. There's something with the Liver King that never...
I think he's still driving a tank down through Texas somewhere. But then if you look at women, so this Natalie girl, I haven't seen her, but you can see a lot of the same things, like super strong jawline, furrowed brow. Typically the shoulders are super round. And then like if you look at the abs, a lot of times the cut in the abs is super deep. Or there's almost like protrusion. Like you ever see the bodybuilders and they kind of look like they're pregnant a little bit, like from the side? That's usually like some kind of really high use of growth hormone or steroid.
The show Traitors didn't. There was no bare midriff. We didn't get to see her abdomen. I did certainly see the shoulders. I did see that incredibly chiseled jaw. I did see the eyebrows for sure. She was on. Well, I need you to see a picture. This was the strongest woman I've ever seen. So it's good to know that she was on steroids. That makes sense now.
Yeah, she wasn't just ordering her salad without the croutons and a little extra chicken. Yeah.
And the good news is, at my local Equinox, they call me Baby Shoulders. So I'm not on steroids.
There you go.
It hurts my feelings.
That or you really suck on steroids.
Ben takes steroids when he doesn't work out.
Whoa.
Ben's soft.
Whoa, he was making fun of you, and then it hit me. Whoa.
No, I don't mean to give you a stray. Remember you said that? You're like, I want to do the steroids.
That's why I said that I cold plunge and steam room sauna. That's all I do.
I feel like I'd love to hear what Ben Greenfield thinks should be the next, if we can use you as our like archetype, because you've done amazing and you've lost so much weight and the GLPs and you look incredible. And I would love to see like what Ben Greenfield thinks is the next frontier for you.
Well, have you ever tried electrical muscle stimulation where you just pull on like a suit and you select your workout from the iPad and then it kind of does it for you?
I certainly in 2013 bought an apparatus that attached to my abs, and that I didn't use either. It made me feel all icky.
Yeah, this is an apparatus that attaches to your abs. It's like a suit, and you pull it on like a superhero suit, and then it stimulates all your muscles, and you just kind of stand there. And sometimes you're doing like a certain movement, like pushing your arms up overhead, but you're not holding any weights. And it is shockingly effective at building muscle, and you can do it without a gym. And the only side effect is you get pretty sore because you use all these little muscles that your brain would normally not recruit. But it's actually, that's an example of something that you could do for like 15 to 20 minutes a day. And because it's full body and because it's working harder than your brain would normally make you work, it would be kind of up there as far as like a biohack to put on muscle pretty quickly in a short period of time.
I'm down. Let's try. I'm down.
Great.
I'm sitting here thinking, Ben, I'm thinking to myself, do I even want it?
Yeah.
Josh is right. We talk about this stuff, I think, because I think it's funny and fun. I don't know if I want it. I think I'm very happy. I think that's what when the rubber meets the road, I think I'm very happy. I don't think I need it.
I don't know, though. 20 years from now, when you can't sit down in the toilet because your legs are so weak and you need help out of bed.
Tree trunks, I walk like crazy. I play sports. Tonight I have my 2.5 hours of pickup basketball that I have every Monday. I just don't like the gym, Ben. That's it.
Well, that's good. I mean, if you think about it this way, like we live in one of the few times in all of human history where anybody except like a soldier or an Olympic athlete or someone whose career depended on some sort of like body morphology would have stepped into like a makeshift box designed to pick up heavy things and set them down.
Totally.
Right. Because for most of our lives, we just like, we gardened and hunted and foraged and built fences and built homes and moved rocks from point A to point B. And then the post-industrial era, which is great, and that most, ancient humans would have killed to be in terms of an era that's pretty comfortable, created this different scenario where now we're sedentary and we have a lot of comfort. But then in order to stay healthy, we have to like fabricate this false environment to put our muscles or our cardiovascular system under strain. So it is kind of weird. But then, if you do have walking and sports and, some element of like picking up something heavy and setting it down every now and again, like you could almost get away without having to step into the fabricated box.
So then my wife once a week will ask me to rearrange the living room furniture. I'm lifting couches. I'm moving frame TVs.
Wow.
I'm lifting. I'm groceries, Ben. Do you understand how many LaCroix I'm lifting?
Stop.
You're
You're not helping the world right now.
Every week.
That's it.
Josh, does your wife have you rearrange the living room every week?
No, she's got she puts the things together. She's a chick with tools, man. She knows how to handle it. I'm there I'm a support system. I make some nice scratch. I make money. I'm great with the kids. But you don't need me cleaning out a gutter. I'm going to fall off the ladder and be paralyzed.
I would just be concerned about, I don't know, like bipolar or ADHD or something in a partner who is asking for the living room to be rearranged on a weekly basis. But I guess if that's your excuse to stay fit, I'm
not complaining. That and the LaCroix. The LaCroix are very heavy.
Speaking of our partners, Ben, you did a landmark study where you took every gas station dick pill.
Oh gosh, you got to bring this up.
Can you give us a quick, what was it like? Did you feel like you were going to die? This was for Men's Health.
Yeah, I mean, the article wasn't just about gas station dick pills. It was for an article called New Year, New Dick, where they wanted like this immersive journalistic foray into all the different things that a guy could do to enhance sexual performance or, I guess for lack of better words, like length and girth. And so they had me do like shockwave therapy and platelet-rich plasma injections and digital penis pump, and which, by the way, don't use hands-free because my testicles got sucked into it once. They did the gas station dick pills, and as a part of it, we were looking at what the ingredients were in the gas station dick pills, and basically it's something very similar to the active, even though it has like all these fancy, expensive, like herbal compounds on them. What's actually in them is typically something very similar to the active component in Viagra or Cialis, which is like sildenafil or tadalafil, and then just massive amounts of ephedra or caffeine or some kind of central nervous system stimulant. And actually, if you took out the caffeine and the ephedra part, like Viagra and Cialis or the equivalent of those is not a bad idea. I mean, for like
Pretty
heart
heart
health
healthy.
and blood pressure, and just as like a preventive health tactic with some beneficial sexual side effects, like they're not bad. But the issue with the ones you buy at the gas station is that it's basically like having 4 energy drinks all at once, along with a Viagra.
Now, did you take like black rhinos, big bears, soaring falcons?
Dude,
I don't know.
This was 2018. I don't remember the names of the different compounds, but they all had, usually some kind of like sub-Saharan African animal combined with the color. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
The fun falcons. Those are my faves.
Yellow
those are my
tiger or
faves.
whatever. Yeah.
The mad mongoose.
What about Mucinex D? Have you ever? Did you ever have to take that, Ben? In the middle of the night, I had a 3-hour erection from taking Mucinex D.
I've only ever taken that for free diving to thin the mucus. That's interesting. I mean, it's a vasoconstrictive agent.
Correct.
So
correct.
So if you like had. Did you combine it with something?
One dose of Mucinex D before bed, woke up, and from 3 to 6 in the morning, pitched a tent.
Ben's like, I combined it with soup. I was under the weather. I combined it with a nice mushroom barley.
It was combined with 3 strippers who were dancing from 3 to 6 a.m. in my bedroom. That's the only other variable. So I don't know. Can't figure it out.
One of the many things I love about you, Ben, is you're a titan in this space. But what I respect about you is that you have respect for allopathic traditional medicine, and then you also embrace the other side of things where, I don't know,
Right.
I think
You mean like the kooky, hippie, hairy armpit, patchouli oil hippie side of medicine?
Yeah, I mean, the everything. Like, I don't know. I think there's like in general, and tell me, maybe I'm wrong here. I think it has become cool to tell doctors to fuck off. And I think it's a bad idea overall.
Can I give an example, Josh? Because
Sure.
this is important. I have a regular doctor. I then got introduced to the great Dr. Conover by Josh. We had a meeting. He sent a mobile phlebotomist to my house. Last week, she took my blood, and he's testing for more markers than anybody's ever tested for ever. So to question, do I think that my primary care doctor is a bad? No, I think he's amazing. Why, though, and this is where my brain goes, why isn't every primary care doctor, if they're just as amazing, testing for all of the things that could make my life better?
Right, but guys like you and me and Josh are maybe in like 1% or less of the population who is going to pay the out-of-pocket fees that insurance won't cover for a doctor to actually do that, because insurance will cover tests that might be used to figure out some kind of disease you have, but not for
But nobody even mentioned that to me. That's more my question. Like, the system doesn't even tell you that that's a possibility. Like, I was never told, regardless of means, that you weren't testing for things that you could be testing for that could help me learn more about my body and make me feel better on a daily basis.
Yeah. In their defense, one thing that a lot of doctors are taught in medical school is to avoid extensive or unnecessary testing that would drive up the cost of medical care in America. And so that's why, you have to seek out and often pay out of pocket for like a full body MRI or, like a genetic test or a gut test or some fancy micronutrient test that goes beyond a basic blood panel. And then some doctors, like Dr. Conover, they choose to branch out and just do what's called concierge medicine, where, they're like, you come to me, you pay me cash, maybe your insurance won't cover this, but I'm willing to do the digging that a lot of other doctors won't do because they're kind of taught not to, a lot of medical education, unfortunately, and some of the post-education experience is sponsored and funded by the pharmaceutical industry. And it's in the best interest of the pharmaceutical industry to use a drug first approach, not a extensive diagnostic testing first approach, not a peptide or nutritional approach. You guys probably saw some of this is changing because RFK announced like yesterday or the day before that 50 plus different medical schools are actually introducing a pretty extensive series of weeks of nutrition education, which shockingly doctors haven't even been getting like for decades in the medical education industry. And so now they're at least learning about one aspect of this, how a diet can affect health, believe it or not, more than a pharmaceutical in many cases.
Makes sense to me. I don't know if that was your question, Josh, or if I hijacked it, but I just find it interesting. I'm so pro doctor. I love doctors. But
the one thing though is the Conover thing. I totally agree, except it's a little bit of a tough example because Conover's an MD, right? He's just he's embraced the other side. I think there's a lot of people who are going towards, I'm going to my naturopath, I'm going to my functional chiropractor.
Totally.
And these people have become extremely opinionated and even present, they're cosplaying these people with a much higher accreditation than they have. And I think these people are definitely paying out of pocket because insurance isn't covering. And I'm not sure they're always being guided in the best way.
Yeah, you are right that you see just as much bias on the other side. Like, no, we cannot use a drug for this issue. There must be a natural remedy. We have to go with, an essential oil instead of a prescription, because, all of allopathic medicine and the pharmaceutical industry is evil. And it's just baby talk. You see baby talk a lot in the nutrition industry. I mean, like the carnivore diet, it's like, yes, an all meat diet can be really helpful for gut issues or autoimmune issues, but you can also like eat a higher meat diet with a whole bunch of like fermented vegetables and some green tea and some coffee and some other things that would normally be just like forbidden in a carnivore diet, and like get the best of both worlds, right? Like the meat and then also all the benefits that you get from some of these plant compounds. So, just like a lot of things in our lives, medicine can be very dogmatic, but anything related to health can be very dogmatic, right? Like medicine, nutrition, etc. I think the best approach is to step back and say, what problem am I trying to solve? And how is this professional that I'm looking at from a medical standpoint uniquely positioned to solve that problem? And if they're not, should I introduce another person into my lineup to make sure I've got all my bases covered? And that's obviously something that takes a little bit of work and a little bit of self-education to do. But yeah, like if my son, let's say like has the allergies, like the seasonal allergies or whatever, I probably would consider sending him to an acupuncturist or a naturopathic who's like local and has a good knowledge of local plant biology and natural remedies before I might send him to an MD who might just prescribe an anti-allergy medication, right?
And then all of a sudden he has brain fog, Josh.
Yeah. If my same son breaks
We're
his arm,
sponsored by one, Ben.
I'm not gonna send him with a broken arm to like the naturopathic doctor so she can rub some like stinging nettle on there or whatever.
You know what's great is that Ben Greenfield has a Jewish name and they've tried to recruit him for Jewish outreach, but he goes, "I'm sorry, guys."
The Israeli Chamber of Commerce flew me over twice. But I think they finally figured out that I'm not a Jew. With the name Ben Greenfield, but I got a lot of like hummus and tahina and like staying in these fancy like spas by the Red Sea. So yeah, I lived a great life for a couple of years.
So good.
The minister
as a fake Jew.
The minister of commerce is walking Ben Greenfield around going, "You ever seen a Jew like this? You ever seen one like this? Show him the abdomen, Ben. You ever seen this?
Such a vagus nerve."
Ben, thank you, dude.
I want Bagel Nerve Town if you look at
this. Ben, I want you to tell us what do you want to plug, talk about the pod, and you got to come back. We love having you, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have a website, bengreenfieldlife.com. It's got some good information and a podcast on it. So if you want to geek out, it's a good place. Good place.
Beautiful.
Appreciate
Have a
you,
great
dude.
one.
Love you, man.
This episode of the Good Guys Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Wayfair. Folks, you know we love Wayfair because you need something for your new beautiful space, or maybe you just want to refresh your space. Wayfair has everything you need, literally everything, and it's so easy. You're going to go on wayfair.com, you're going to search it, you're going to add it to your cart, and it's going to come, okay? It literally, for furniture, direct-to-consumer furniture, it's the craziest place in the world. It's so unbelievably amazing. Let me tell you, we recently changed apartments in the city, and my goodness, okay? We wanted a new, fresh aesthetic. Claudia decided that, okay, maybe now we're into green, or maybe we're into some light colors. I was about to say a light pastel. I don't think that's a thing. Cream, that's the word I was looking for. Creams, let me tell you. Oh my God, mid-century modern, farmhouse, contemporary, whatever you're looking for, they have it. Spring refresh, maybe you want some new outdoor furniture. I love outdoor furniture. I'm thinking about putting a grill on my terrace and maybe getting a nice lounger. I'm obviously going to go to Wayfair for that. Maybe you're looking for a new desk. You want to just shake things up. You work from home. New desk, okay? That's perfect for spring. Get a new desk at Wayfair. It's so easy. You literally go into the search bar, search desk, and there are millions of desks. All right, maybe not millions, thousands, but you get it. And my God, you can read reviews, you can filter, use their tools. It's an amazing place. 5 stars, I'm telling you. If you haven't used Wayfair before, let me tell you, their installation and assembly services make everything so easy with thousands of 5-star reviews. That's why you're shopping with confidence. That's why you're going to Wayfair. It couldn't be easier to find furniture, decor, and essentials that fit your unique style and budget. Head to wayfair.com right now and shop all things home. That's wayfair.com, spelled WAYFAIR.com. You ready for this, folks? Wayfair, every style, every home. Pretty good, right? This episode of the Good Guys Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Fume. Folks, cravings aren't just about nicotine. They're about the habit, the hand-to-mouth motion, oral fixation, the momentary pause. When that loop is broken, cravings spike. Fume replaces your habit with a flavor air fidget device that gives your hands and mouth something to do, distracting cravings without nicotine, vapor, or batteries. Don't just try to quit. Upgrade the habit loop and reach for your Fume instead. Fume, folks, is it. If I had this problem, I would be going straight to Fume because let me tell you, it's so important. If you're used to grabbing something and just doing a quick pull, quick hit, you need something to replace that. You need some bridge in between. And then all of a sudden, you realize your Fume is actually fantastic. It's great. It's something that you can use all the time. And they have delicious flavors. We're talking crisp mint. We're talking raspberry. So great. I mean, if I had this problem, I would be going straight to Fume. And when you grab a Journey pack, you'll also get a free gift. Just use code GOODGUYS to get that free gift. Fume has already helped over 700,000 people take steps towards better habits, and now it's your turn. Use your code GOODGUYS to get a free gift with your Journey pack. Head to tryfume.com. That's TRYFUM.com and use code GOODGUYS to claim your free gift today. Josh, before we wrap, should we do a little Moron Mail?
Please.
Moron Mail.
Okay, we had some really, really great ones this week.
Good.
Let me just pull them up. Again,
Great.
It is goodguyspodcast1@gmail.com. That's where you write in. Goodguyspodcast1. Email us. They remain anonymous, but this is a much better system. Whoever wrote to us who was a mean speak pipe, stop doing the speak pipes. God, were you right. Sometimes you just need something a little mean to break through. Okay. Hi, Josh and Ben, longtime listener, first-time moron mailer. I need to know if I'm the crazy one here. My boyfriend refuses to eat leftovers. He says once food has been in the fridge, it's dead. Not bad, not spoiled, dead. Because of this, we end up throwing away tons of perfectly good food each week, and he won't buzz. Am I crazy for thinking this is insane? Josh, are you a leftover guy?
I am, but it's just because I have a scarcity mindset and I can't let anything go. I'll take the salt and pepper packets.
Yeah. That's my mom will do the same thing. She will take one piece of sashimi to go, and she will have it for breakfast tomorrow morning. Look,
damn, that
when
rice
I order
so dry.
Yeah, it is. I I go back and forth on this. If you ordered in food, it depends on the type of leftover. If I ordered in sushi, it's never touching my fridge. It's not. It won't be good tomorrow. I'm not a fan of pretending that I'm going to eat something tomorrow when I'm not. That's very a couple of years ago, Ben. A couple of years ago, Ben puts everything in the fridge and a week later ends up throwing it all away when it has mold. Now I only keep the things that I'm definitely going to eat. And that's cuisine dependent. So do I think your husband is nuts? I honestly don't. I think this is a big personal preference thing. And I think that collectively we need to stop ordering in too much food, and we should just start ordering in enough so that we stop food waste, because we're wasting too much food.
I think we're always wasting too much food. That's 100% it. And I also think that food delivered doesn't really keep, but food made tends to.
I completely agree. It's very, very rare that we throw away anything that was made. We'll have it the next day for lunch, for dinner. Your portions are also not usually that off. It's not like you have enough for 3 days. You'll probably have enough for like another meal, right. Somebody's lunch or something. But yeah, I totally agree.
Can we talk Epstein real quick?
Sure. Ooh, which one?
Don Epstein, your neighbor.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, John, he collects baseball cards. Like, what do you want to know about him?
How many Epsteins do you think there are out there now who just have to go like, hey, I'm Rick Epstein, no relation?
A lot, by the way. A lot.
I was thinking about this, what's been revealed, and it's so sad because we all loved him so much. This great Bill Gates allegedly might have contracted an STD from one of the Russian girls that Jeffy Epps hooked him up with. And do you think, I don't know why, I feel like he was such a nerd that he was probably walking around like Microsoft headquarters, like talking to his boys, like, yo, dude, like, guess what I have? And they're like, what? And he's like, chlamydia. Like I wonder if he thought that was lit. Like, bro, like, I've been fucking.
Or like a badge of honor. That's funny. They like had a dog tag or something.
It's like dark.
That is dark.
Dude, yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, my God. I wonder if there's no way that Bill Gates is keeping leftovers. Josh, should we do one more Moron Mail?
Sure.
What are you nuts?
Sure.
Okay. Where? This one's good. Hey, guys, writing in with a roommate situation that's starting to really bother me. He eats shredded cheese. What is this, Claudia writing in? He eats shredded cheese straight out of the bag and then puts it back in the fridge. No bowl, no plate, just handfuls. I didn't care at first, but now every time I see it, I can't stop thinking about it. How do I say something without making it weird?
You gotta go at that head on. Don't dance. Don't dance.
Don't dance.
Straight up.
Look, you're making me uncomfortable. Hands and cheese. This is not sanitary. This is not good. The thing is, I do shit like this all the time, though. Like, I definitely do that. I don't know if Claudia sees it. She probably does. The other day, I got the greatest gifting. Josh, you have to get on Partana's. I'm going to get you on their gifting list. They make unbelievable olive oil olives. They sent me, Josh.
I would love that.
These pitted green olives. I was eating them straight from the jar. I took a spoon. I was eating them straight from the jar. Then I took a sip of the olive juice because it was so delicious. Look, this is just me. She's never touching olives. That's why I did it. But I see this guy. Is it his own personal cheese? Or is he sharing the cheese? Because if he's not sharing the cheese, it's none of her fucking problem. Now, if they're sharing cheese, that's when this becomes completely out of whack. You can't do that with shared cheese, right, Josh? But if it's not shared, I think let the man live.
Yeah, let the man live. Let him enjoy his shredded cheese and caking agents, because as we know, it's smothered in caking agents, and you have to wash your shredded cheese. Gross.
It's also so yucky.
That's a texture play.
You don't want to
fuck with that. I don't fuck with it.
I don't fuck with it either.
Should we get to What Are You Nuts?
Yuck. Our What Are You Nuts moment, gripes of the week, both people, places, and things, both big and tall, whatever's sticking in your craw. Josh, you got one?
Speaking of food, what's been killing me recently is that there's been this new category of food influencer where they just go to restaurants and shit on them. And
really?
I'm really against it.
That's terrible.
I think, understandably, food culture and food influencing has become so big that I think it super hypes restaurants almost to an extent where the restaurant could never live up to it, even if it is great, right? Because you just hear about it so much. I remember there's a famous bagel spot in LA that was like beyond hyped. And when I finally tried it, I said to a dear friend of mine, the great Max Shapiro from the Mad Food podcast, I was like, it was pretty good. Like, it didn't blow my mind, but it's good. And he looked at me and said, how could it have lived up with how much we've all talked about it? It just couldn't have. That being said, speaking, knowing you, Ben, knowing the great Bruce Soffer, a caterer, so I know you have firsthand knowledge. God knows I do. The restaurant business is the most impossible business on earth. It is so fucking hard to turn a profit. It robs you of your whole life. And it's truly, in the best version, run by people who have a great passion for food and trying to make people happy with food. They don't need you and your kitschy bullshit social media tearing their food down. And by the way, what's the long play here? No brand wants to work with someone negative. Like, even if you get a following from it, you're not going to get brand deals because their fear is you're going to turn on them next. Everyone's fear to work with you is going to be like, why would I trust you when your whole thing is shitting on people? What are you, nuts?
So it's rare. Look, it's rare that this What Are You Nuts sparks such a conversation, but we have to talk about it. I completely agree. There are a couple of things here that I want to touch on. The first is you should have to make a minimum amount of money for you to have negative press against your business. There should be, like, I'm thinking the New York Times, for example, because I was thinking to myself, there have been negative food reviews forever. People would write negatively about a restaurant. People write negatively about a movie. Like, people, critics. It's not positioned as negative. It can be negative or positive depending on their experience. But it's very rare that a New York Times food critic is going into a mom and pop shop that's just trying to build. They're going into a 3 Michelin star place and saying that it sucked. And believe me, no, it's not hurting. And if it is hurting their business, okay, they've had a really great run. I really don't have a problem when somebody shits on a really established business. You want to go into Cheesecake Factory and say that you had a shit meal? No problem. But I completely agree that when you go into a smaller place, it's terrible. Now, where do we draw the line, though, Josh? If I went into a mom and pop shop and I was served a fettuccine Alfredo and in there I found a mouse tail or a rat tail or a bug, that's different. Okay,
100%.
agreed.
But if it was just bland, your bad review is not talking about it at all.
100%. And nobody needs to hear your opinion, your negative opinion on your local Italian place.
But a lot of them are trashing places, to your point, that have a legitimate following and like have become popular on social media and whatnot. But again, I just think if you have a bad review, 1 of 10, where you're like, this place in particular, but when your whole theme, your whole niche is just one bad review after the next. Yeah. I just think in general, and like even those restaurants that are having a great year, maybe a great debut, as you know, next year, it's not the case. It's over. And it's not and it probably isn't because their biscuit didn't live up to the hype.
Yeah, it depends on the caliber of restaurant. Like, I saw somebody give a terrible review of Don Angie, and it just reminded me to go to Don Angie. Like, sometimes you're so big, and even when you see a bad review, you still want to go to the place.
Right.
But yes, if you as an influencer have made it, or creator have made it your business to only give negative reviews, you've also lost all credibility, because then we know that you didn't even, like, you obviously like some food. Otherwise, you're just going everywhere and hating every meal. Maybe you don't like food. Like, I no longer consider you a credible source to review things if all the meals you have are bad.
Like, if you go to Din Tai Fung, right? Like, and you go, this sucks compared to my bespoke, 90-year-old grandma spot in my neighborhood where, like, they've been making this one dish for, like, the last 100 years. Like, no, like, just give it a baseline. Din Tai Fung is always pretty good. Is it going to be as good as that mom and pop bespoke place where they do one thing perfectly? Maybe not. But you don't have to be like, this is horrible. Din Tai Fung's never been horrible.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And it's pretty darn great. Go, Ben.
God, Josh, what a great What Are You Nuts? So provocative. My What Are You Nuts moment, I'll keep it short and sweet. It's daylight savings. I've had enough.
Me too.
Okay? I've had enough because when you have young children, Josh, you're gonna say What Are You Nuts to me because I'm telling you that this is a problem. Ruby slept an hour late today. Okay? We woke up, we scrambled. He always wakes up at 7:15. He woke up at 8:15. And I have to tell you, waking up at 8:15, it was a shock to my system. It just I just didn't need it. I didn't need it. I felt worse having that extra hour. I now had an hour less to do all of the things that I needed to do this morning. Ruby was rushed. He has a schedule. His nap is gone. He didn't get to go to his music class that's early in the morning. I just don't want it anymore. I don't want it. I want one set time. And let me tell you, Josh, this is the superior fucking time. Obviously, we want more sunlight. We're human beings. We want it to be 7:30 and it's still sunny outside. We do not want, the reason people love to call it seasonal depression. It's not seasonal depression. It's the fucking clock. The clock is causing your seasonal depression, okay? Because at 5 o'clock in New York, it's pitch black and you're cold, okay? That's it. What are you, nuts?
But this is
enough.
giving you more sun.
Yes, that's why we need to keep this.
Oh, keep
this one.
Yes, got it. Got it.
Flopping back and forth,
No boy.
no good. Keep this. This is the one. Folks, this episode's 5 stars. Otherwise, what are you, nuts? Rate, review, and subscribe. 5 stars only. No 4s, no 3s, no 2s, no 1s. Just 5 stars. And if you leave us a 5-star review, Josh is going to read one of the plentiful, beautiful 5-star reviews that we get from our real fans, okay? Real ones know. Josh, we got a good one?
You guys rock. You guys always make my day. Just 2 relatable, funny as hell guys. Rather listen to you than call her daddy any... Sorry, call her daddy. Didn't mean to hit you with a stray. But that's from Paige.h89. Call her daddy, great pod. Marshall works there. God bless Marshall. We love you guys.
Please, Josh. There's no reason to lie. Mondays and Thursdays, folks. We will see you next time.
Alex Cooper, I'm a big fan.